here she is, our toilet. So to repair a toilet that continues to run, you got to replace the valve. And the valve is located under the toilet lid here. So what we'll do is open the toilet lid to expose the running toilet. And as you can see here, the toilet is just continuing to run. And it's running down this drain. What should happen is as the water level rises, it should actuate this thing and cut it off. This is your valve, but obviously the valve is not shutting off. Now the valve on your toilet may look a little bit different. You may have an arm coming from here and then a big ball like floating in the water. Well, anyway, they work the same way. When the float lifts up, it shuts off the valve in the same way that this float here on the shaft, which is full of air, when it lifts up, it should cut off. So as you can see, it's not working. So this is our job, is to replace this thing here. So the first step is to cut off the water. And most water cutoffs are like this. And we'll just cut the water off here. And they can be a little tight. Alright. And as you can see, we have successfully cut off the water. The next step is to drain the tank. And that's done right here. And when you're done draining the tank, you'll notice, go ahead and leave this open to get as much water out as possible. And that's just by keeping the hand here. You leave the flapper open. Of course, your flapper might look different. It might be red or a different color. But basically, what you do is you drain the water as much as possible, and you're going to be stuck with some water left in the bottom. And there's a number of different ways you can get that. One way is to just go ahead and open up the bottom of this valve, like down there, and let the water drain out. Our replacement valve is this here 2-piece fluid master toilet repair valve, and this here is the part that we're replacing right here. That's the valve, and once we replace that, the water will shut on and off. Now here we are in the bottom of the toilet, and this is the bottom of the valve, and I'm going to unscrew that and try to catch it here in this bucket. And by doing that, I will hopefully just make it easy. And that's the bottom of the valve, so you're looking at the underside of what's down there. Now I went ahead and disconnected this from the bottom, and not much water came out yet because there's still this nut here that is keeping it kept on. So what I'm going to do is loosen this nut right here, and you should see the water start to come out, and thankfully it's going right into our bucket. Alright, so what I've done is I went ahead and took this screw all the way off, and now we can just lift this up and out. And it's connected here by a little tab. And here we go. I've just opened the box, and you can see it comes with the new parts. You have this replacement part, which will replace that puppy right there. We have the new hose, which goes from the fill valve over to that part right there. And it's pretty simple. You can kind of just match up whatever components came off your toilet to those in the box. What may be a little confusing is like these, for example, come shipped with this washer. This center part just comes out, and then you can use the outside washer and slide it on like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this portion of it and just slide it along here where the flat side is on the top. Now this may be used as a replacement cone on the bottom, depending upon how your actual toilet is set up. As you can see here, this one does have a cone in it. One source of confusion may be what height to put it at. And basically, when the water fills, it's going to come up here and lift this, and inside here there's a valve that's going to shut the water off. And what I usually use is I just use the old water line to tell me if I have the right water height. and you can adjust it by screwing this in and out, just left and right. And I'll show you here. You just adjust the height like so. And another thing that you can do is also just to match it up to the height from the old one. Use needle nose screwdrivers, and I already got it started. And you can just pull it out, and you can see there's the hole there and the place for it. And so this is the old one, and you can replace it with the new one that was inside of the other washer by just stuffing it down in there. And try to kind of match up the heights of these two. Of course, they're not designed the same, but what you're really looking for is the cutoff location. And so I've tried to match these up pretty well. After we're done, there's still a couple of adjustments. You can adjust this screw here, which will raise this up or down, and you can still raise or lower the height. Okay, next we want to go ahead and install our tube, and that's done right here just by, sorry about the close-up, so we're just putting it on the little nipple that's coming out. So we'll put this on. One end will go here, the other hand will go here. And as you can see, this is really longer than it needs to be. So what I'm going to do is just cut it to the right length. Now, as you can see here, we've cut the tube. We've connected both ends. And all we have to do next is to connect this. We have the washer on the bottom. And of course, you want to install your nut before you install this. So, and that's done just by tightening it here. This is a compression seal. So as we tighten this, it will seal against the gasket that we put on. So this was tightened up, and again, it's a compression seal, so it should seal to the inside of the tank. And the seal between here and here is also a compression seal. So there is no need to put Teflon or anything like that. Hopefully we can just hook it up and make it snug. And there you go, we've installed our new valve, and we're ready to test. If you have an old flapper and you want to change it, you can do so here. This is just a fancy flapper, but these work just as good. Okay, the moment of truth. So we're going to turn the water on, and the water is coming out where we want it to come, and filling up the bottom out of the valve. And we're going to check here, make sure that we don't have any leaks, and I don't see any right now. Go ahead and open it up all the way. When we get to the end, we'll turn it back a quarter turn. So here, toilet is filling. Not very exciting, but very shortly the valve should shut the toilet off, as it did. And we have a repaired toilet. As you can see, the water is slightly below the water line, so you can adjust it by this adjustment here, by bringing the valve up. And more water will fill, and be closer to the top there. And thank you for watching our video. Please visit www.thecollegecar.com.